Final round.
I already know how I'm coming, man. Try to run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's by smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound, check it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right out the sea, how could they be? Give me a couple of rounds, cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now, mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look half freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just a formal warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. On the stick, see I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP.
Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Vitamin G podcast. With me today, I have Creative Kofi and Jubei Sensei. Kofi, man, how you been? What you been playing? Oh, you there? Oh, going once, going twice. Jubei, man. Know you might be busy. How you been? What you been playing?
I'm finishing up the last DLC for Outer Worlds 1.
Okay. Getting ready to jump into Outer Worlds 2, I take it now that it's available worldwide.
Yeah, I got like 6 achievements left. I'm almost done. Just gotta finish it.
Cool. That's the only thing you've been playing?
Yeah, actually, just because I just wanted to get ready for that. We've had so much release, like, man.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Backlogs.
It's been very busy.
I got like
I got Omar.
Omar showed up
tonight. Yeah.
I mean, I got like 3 jobs now, so it's like I don't really have time to play as much as I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
that when you asked me about the handheld, you didn't say that part. That might make you in need of a handheld.
Hence why, because I'm like, bruh.
I mean, it's a fire device. But I can't tell someone. Only someone knows if $1,000 is worth it to them. I can just tell you it's a great device. It does everything as advertised, and I know you would enjoy it. I know that much about it, but I don't know if at that price point it's suits your palate.
Yeah, I either need to hit a parlay or save some money up, so we'll see.
Yeah. Why would you get it if you already have a Steam Deck?
I sold my Steam Deck.
Well, that and the Xbox Ally X can play more games than the Steam Deck can.
Mm-hmm.
Steam Deck is limited by playing games on that Proton layer. So like you can't play games like Call of Duty or Battlefield or I think there's a workaround for Destiny. And plus the Steam Deck's technology is a little bit older, so some newer games just don't run well on it. I mean, this device, I mean, you can play. I haven't had a problem playing anything on it. Like anything I wanted to play, I've played it and it's played fantastic. But I do know that there's like games that are just limited because the Steam OS runs a version of Linux, and not all games run on Linux, and they circumvent that by using a Proton layer that like gives you a slice of Windows that allows the game to run, but it still doesn't allow you to play everything.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, if I didn't sell mine, I wouldn't be interested, but I did. So
yeah.
Why did you sell yours? Lack of games or because you needed the money?
no, yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So are you back on UP?
nope. I will be though. I'll be all right.
He's working 3
Good job
jobs.
with
He's
that.
definitely
Wish you all the
going
best.
to get there. Yep. But Omar, man, long time no talk. No, you've been going through some things. It's good to see.
Yeah, like
It's
what?
good to see you on the other side of it, man. How
2
you
months,
doing?
3 months. I
Yeah.
survived the war. I legit no talk. If I didn't pay attention to my own situation, I could have easily died
Well,
because I came to such degree that I couldn't even hold water in my body. And when you do that, you will dry out
yeah.
quick. So luckily they found the issue, which is basically a stone in my in my stomach causing all the trouble.
Mm.
Hopefully I don't have it, but there is a chance I have diabetes because of the stone that's been rummaging around for like what few years almost. But
wow.
we will see. I have blood work. I tomorrow or after tomorrow, and afterwards I have the result, and then we will see.
Oh yeah. I mean, depending on where you're at, it's not all lost. So remember that too.
It
Yeah.
it's been a hella week, a hella few months. Like every
Mhm.
pain in my stomach, I'm always afraid that the pain have come back. But so far so good, and keeping on knocking that's still the same. But on the gaming front, oh boy, I've been playing shit ton of games. So first off, shout out to Sucker Punch. They nailed it with Yote. I got the
Yep.
plat, and I want the DLC, and Yote Legend with it, the online multiplayer one.
Yeah, that's supposed to be coming a little bit later, right? Like,
Yeah. Which I don't mind that because Yote was big. When I say big, people have been saying, "Oh, you can finish it within 25 hours." I'm like, what game did you play? I put 60
well, I
to
mean,
70 hours in it.
there's always going to be people that streamline the game and skip all the extra stuff and try to beat the game at the fastest pace they could possibly beat it. So that's always going to be
Even
a
the
thing.
people tried to streamline it, even they still couldn't beat it in 25 hours, which is crazy. But
I mean, let's look at how long to beat. I don't know. I haven't bought it yet.
yeah, I don't trust that. But after that, I finished a game called Pipistero. Basically, it's a yo-yo game. But you're a creature with a yo-yo, and
Okay.
it's it's fun. I enjoyed my time with it. It's a platformer with action adventure in it, and I had a blast.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm playing Journey, Revenge of the Savage Planet,
Okay.
and let me tell you, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it.
Yeah. I didn't touch
They
it. I heard good things about it. I remember it was like in
they
Game Pass, like early. I don't know if
It's
it's
a
still
good
there.
sequel. It's a good
Yeah.
sequel.
yeah, it's a sequel, and they actually changed it. Basically, it went from first person to third person, and
Mhm.
it's never been better. It
Okay.
have never been better. I can't stress it enough. Amazing game. It's going to be one of the best game I played this year. Uh, Alone. The way it respects your time, the way it, like, for example, there is an area I get access to it despite the fact that I'm lacking the ability to have access to it, and they commend me on that. They're like, oh, normally you should have used the jetpack, but you found a way around that. Congratulations, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
you can clearly see that devs had a lot of fun creating the game, which is amazing. And like, I can't stress that enough how amazing the game is. Voice acting, the humor is in it. Basically, they think, if you know, what we call it, Fallout weapon introduction,
Yeah.
the comedy one, something like that. They have a lot of comedy in it. It's ton of fun. It's absolutely ton of fun. I was actually gonna play Ninja Gaiden
Okay.
4,
Four.
but
Okay.
I end up playing this. But Ninja Gaiden 4 is also coming. I'm not fretting about it.
Yeah, I've been playing Ninja
But
Gaiden 4. And I'm enjoying it. I'm
yeah,
at the first. I made it to the first boss. Um, been bouncing around that. Also been playing Metaphor. Um,
ooh, that's an amazing game as well.
yeah, I've been on that. Got about an hour of that in today. And then what else I've been playing? Hollow Knight Silk Song, playing that. I beat Keeper last week.
Keeper,
Um,
I played it a little bit. Uh, I had frame rate issue, but I fixed that. It still feels a simplistic game. I will finish it after finishing a few games and see if it gets any better or not. But so
yeah,
far,
it is a very simple game. Very simple puzzles. Tells a story without any words. It's a beautiful game. Beat in about four
it is
hours.
beautiful. It is beautiful. It's also super short.
Yeah, it's like a 4 hour game with slight puzzles and exploration. Um, and like there's little secret areas to find and things like that. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's not a challenging game in any way, shape, or form. You can't die. You can't take any damage.
Yeah,
Um, so
and there are
uh,
some collectibles that you can collect. Well, semi-collectible, but that's about it.
yeah, there's like I said, it's not a very intensive game. It encourages exploration of the level and the map, but it's it's not a very challenging game at all. But I think it was a good
Hmm.
experience for what they meant it to be. Um, I I think it got like what did it get? I called it an 83 Metacritic, right? And it landed right on what I
70,
said.
37 or something. Oh
No,
no,
seven, what,
83? 83? Oh.
83 on one device and 77, I think, on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just need to do
From
one meta. They need to do
from
one
what I
Metacritic.
played, it's between a 60 and 70, and no more.
Um,
And so, to me, I understand there are games like this, but I wish it had a little bit more oomph to it.
oh, all right. So it's 82 on PC, 79 on Xbox.
Hmm.
Is what it is. Okay. They just need to do one Metacritic across the board. Like it's unless
Yeah,
like if you want to
but I
highlight that
understand.
one version runs better than the other,
It's the code that you get, eh?
yeah. But I mean, if you want to highlight that the device that you like the platform that I played it on had performance issues, that's fine. But I think just one aggregate score just needs to be what it is. I think
Do
it's kind
you
of
do you think with them like moving this having this hybrid PC console thing is going to help with that? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I no, because you're still like maybe Xbox and PC will just be one review in the future. I don't know. But you're still gonna have PlayStation and Nintendo, so you're still gonna have the reviews broken down by platform when it comes to meta. So like you might have 3 different scores for the same game, which is kind of awkward if you ask me when it comes to multi-plat games. So but let's
How
see.
you guys been? Because we haven't talked like in a few months.
Yeah, I've been good. I mean, we've been talking in the group chat. I've been good. Been playing a lot of games lately, especially since I got that Xbox Ally 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm surprised how much more it made me game. I won't say make, but how much more it like just allowed me to game. But yeah, I've been gaming a lot more with it.
I mean, that makes sense, isn't it? You have kids and what you call it, and
Yeah,
you have your family and stuff like
I
that.
I took the kids to Sky Zone the other day, and they ran around and played for like 2 hours, and I just sat back in the chair and played Metaphor on one of the couches they had out there. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah, Manipur is phenomenal. One of the
Um,
best game I've ever played this year, with
yeah,
or last year, I
yeah,
forgot.
it came out. It came out last year. I started it last
Yeah,
year, and I just kind of got back into it. So and like when the football games or like when I'm watching sports, we all know I'm a big sports guy. So when the sports are on, I'm playing the game, in the middle of watching, whatever sport I'm watching, like the World Series is on right now. Um,
so
so
it
yeah, it's been
has its applications, like it has its uses.
yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, I I play off my console on it. I've done the cloud on it. Like it's been like it's covered all the bases. Um, as like I can't really. The only thing I can really complain about it is that there's
The
certain
price,
like the price. I can't complain about the price because it's the cheapest of the Z2 Extreme chips, and it's right in line um with the other devices around it. So like if you were gonna get one of the another one of the PC handhelds, you would pay around the same thing. So I can't complain about it in that aspect. It is a high price. But there is a cheaper model, like the $600 one. And I've seen some people who have the $600 one, and they've said it's been good so far. I think my concern with the white one is just, 3-4 years from now, is it still going to be something that I would be happy with? So I feel like I spent a little bit extra to have that maybe a little bit more future proof device to where it can last like at least 5 years. But yeah. But as far as the UI could use a little bit of work to make it a little bit more console-like, but it's not a lot of stuff that they need to do per se. I haven't had to use leave the Xbox unified experience or whatever they call it, the full screen experience. I haven't had to leave it for anything. The only times I've left it is when I've chosen to leave it, but when I'm like just playing around with it. But other than that, it's been pretty good. Can't complain.
gotcha.
I think the only hiccup I had had an issue syncing to my console one day. Because I tried to play something off my console because you get certain points for playing on your console and certain points for playing on PC. So I'll play on my console for like half an hour and then I'll play the same game, native to the handheld and get the points. So other than that, it's been pretty good. Let's see, Kofi, were you able to resolve your microphone issues yet? Seems to be giving them problems. Oh, no, seems like he's still stuck.
Does he have a
Well,
connection issue?
I doubt he's having a connection issue. He's hardwired in. he's getting in fine. It's something between StreamYard and whatever his microphone. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have the browser. Doesn't have permissions. StreamYard
Oh,
doesn't have the
you
permissions.
need to make sure that you choose the right mic.
Yeah, that might. I mean, it's. I've had issues with StreamYard myself, so I get it. But we can go ahead and jump into, the what's on your mind portion of the show, and while Kofi gets his stuff together and Jubei finishes.
What
his
are the
work.
topics? Because I missed that because I was gaming.
It's a lot of Xbox stuff. If there's so before we go, we're going to talk about the new hardware that they talked about this week, the details with that. We're going to talk about what Satya said. Of course, we're going to talk about Halo and Fallout, since they had an event in the past week. So, and what's on your mind? I did want to talk about this Pal World thing. We got a little update on that. Wasn't
I
anything
was about
major.
to say it myself, but go ahead.
Yeah. So we had a little update on the whole Pal World situation. Like, basically, Nintendo has been fighting for patents across the world to then go ahead and crush Pal World. And they attempted to do that on home soil first, and they were rejected, which I found to be pretty interesting. Let me go ahead and put us on the screen just so people can see it while we talk about it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting that that happened, because I feel like the US kind of acted too fast and granted them that patent for like capturing monsters, and I guess it gave them the idea that they would be able to kind of enforce it everywhere. What were your thoughts when you saw this, Omar?
We always knew that Japan is gonna defend, unlike the USA. So this is a win for Power World, and it's going to be interesting if Nintendo, what you call it, send in their ninjas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a win for everyone. It's a win for Digimon, like, because it starts it has a snowball effect. If they're able to knock off Power World, then they can start going.
Is atrocious. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
fully aware of how atrocious that shit is. But yeah, no, I agree with you. It's a win for everyone, and I hope they keep it that way, because this, what you call it, this lawsuit have always been stupid as fuck. But money talk, and bullshit walk.
Yeah. Speaking of which, also Nintendo related. We don't really have a lot of Nintendo news nowadays, but Pokemon, the new Pokemon sold like what, 5.6 million units in its first week.
Yeah, it was one of the fastest selling Pokemon.
Yeah.
Again, companies get away with everything.
Yeah.
And deliver the bare minimum. But hey, it's Pokemon, so people will eat it up.
Well, I'm hearing a lot of people who are Pokemon fans say they like the new things that they have done with it. But I mean, I don't know. I bought Pokemon. I bought the last Pokemon when I bought a Switch, and it was cool, but it wasn't like anything like, oh man, like they really pushed this forward. Kofi, Mr. Grandia himself, man. Sounds like you got your mic working.
Yeah, could you guys hear me? Do you guys hear any?
Yeah, we hear you. Hey, you exist.
I
exist too.
Other than you breathing, no.
You can hear me breathing, my bad. It's so funny. SteamYard doesn't have all the noise cancellation stuff that some other platforms have.
They do have a noise canceling thing, but you got to click into it.
Okay, I gotta set that up.
How are you?
No, it's great to hear your voices. Great to.
Oh, I can actually do it for you. I can reduce your background noise.
Excellent. I mean, it said it was set up in the little
Nice.
menu.
Feel free to reduce mine as well because I'm gaming.
Yeah,
And
sorry
pick
about
up
that if you're like
controller as well.
But no, great to hear your voices. Based on what you guys were just talking about with Pokemon, I completely agree. I honestly think that Nintendo has an opportunity to take something that looks a little bit better than what they just released and really capture, I think, a super large fan base. Even though 5.5 million copies sold in a week and a half is amazing. I'm just very surprised when they look at some of the competitors out there, and the competitors don't look amazing, but they are certainly above what they just released. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
certainly.
I have heard a lot of things about the new Digimon.
The new what?
Apparently, I have heard a lot of things about the new Digimon.
Oh yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Let's see.
it did so well that you're actually seeing Digimon version of Pokemon character, uh, a Digimonized, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
people actively asking people to create for them, like for example, Pikachu, but as a Digimon. Which, not gonna lie, some of them look sick as fuck.
You mean with mods?
Not mods, just pictures, fan art,
Oh, yeah.
but it's looking mighty sick as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm really glad that Digimon got a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it did crazy numbers on Steam, on top of doing insane numbers.
On PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, it did insane numbers everywhere. I think in the when Matt Piscatella released the numbers, it was like top 10, like on every platform.
That's great.
So yeah, that one's doing really good. But yeah, anything else? What's on your mind, Kofi? What have you been playing? You didn't have a chance to give it like a.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do an intro. I guess my browser is out of date. I haven't really been using Windows. I'm about to migrate. But anyway, yeah. I've been playing some Legend of Heroes, of course. I haven't had a chance to really dig into Legend of Heroes because of work, but outside of outside of Legend of Heroes, I've been playing some smaller games. I just finished Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
Oh, I
I
have
did.
yet to start that because apparently it's coming with Eggman DLC. So
Yes. Yeah, it's coming with Eggman DLC, and there's 2 more DLCs that'll all be released next year. So if you're waiting, with
I'm
good reason.
waiting. I'm waiting for the complete package. I played the demo and that shit was phenomenal.
Yeah, I surprisingly, I did almost everything you can do in the game. I did all of the jumping puzzles and unlocked the what they call the Dark Katana.
Yeah, I played one Darkatana and was difficult but was fun.
Yeah, like my only gripe with the game is when you make a mistake on a jumping puzzle and you land on a spike or something like that, the game teleports you back to like a prior checkpoint.
Yeah, which is
And
far away.
which is sometimes it's far away. I'll just be honest, it's just not that fun. Like I think there should be a different way to punish you. Like you could maybe deal more damage to me, but teleporting me back so that I can do the jumping puzzle again, it's just not the most fun thing. Now I took it as a personal challenge and I did I think it was 10 of them. One of them is really tough because it requires you to not only start a jumping puzzle, but then you get into a fight, and then you've got a harder jumping puzzle that you've got to complete, with like fire for chasing you, and you're climbing up walls, and you have to master like wall climbs. So that was quite an adventure. But I did everything in the game except for boss rush and arcade mode. I even did. There's a secret boss that comes with the base game. That's from like one of the old Shinobi games. Beat all of them, so I'm like 3 trophies away from the platinum. But like you said, Egghead is in. Oh, you know that what's his name from Yakuza is one of the bosses for the DLCs coming next year.
Kiryu?
Majima.
Majima's a boss. Okay,
Yeah, Majima's a boss. So that's
that's
going to be
gonna
pretty
be
fun.
crack.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it though. You know, it's a solid like 8.5 for me. Like you said, the combat is really addicting, and once you get all the skills, you do kind of feel like, oh, I wish there was some more stuff to fight. So there is a boss rush mode that I haven't touched yet. So I'll probably do that. Um, other than that, I've been playing this other RPG that, to me, I hate to, say something that doesn't include Expedition 33, but when it comes to an RPG that's indie that came out this year, it's probably a game called Artis Impact. It looks like Artis Impact is a turn-based game that looks like it's it is like a 8-bit visual game. And it kind of plays like top down, and it's a Korean made game. I believe it's Korean made. Yeah, it's Korean made. But it's like a post-apocalyptic world where this girl is like a bounty hunter that does contract work, and she starts to get drawn into like some of the greater things happening in the world. But Artie's Impact has a ton of personality. Like from the very beginning, the characters, even though you're looking at 8-bit characters, it's just so charming. The main character loves to have, she has these quips with this like droid that she works with, and the droid is like very technical, but it also has like a sense of humor. And so, to me, I haven't finished it just yet, but Artis Impact, I think, deserves like a lot
How do you
of
spell it?
flowers. Say again.
How do you spell it?
Artis, and then Impact. Right now, I think it's only on Switch and Steam, and I'm playing it on Steam right now. I wish it was on more platforms, but so far I think
What
that's
is
going to be like,
impact? Is it that good?
it's really good. Like I've had multiple like moments where I'm like, wow, this, like, the writing is really fun, really fun.
I have the feeling I played the demo for it, but I'm gonna wait until I see the gameplay.
Okay, yeah, I know that there's like a physical version that I believe is coming to Switch, so they are getting some what do you call it, visibility. But yeah, right now
Yeah. I played the demo for it. It was addictive. Not gonna
it's
lie.
like it's just really good.
It's good that I built. I don't know if you what you call it. Um, tamed the bear, the little bear. Like I did that. That was in the demo. Great demo. Which is actually, I think it's a Japanese game,
I'm pretty sure it's Korean because
but the character is Japanese. If that makes sense, the story where it is Japanese. If
yeah,
that makes any sense.
it does have a lot of like, yes, I can see where you're coming from with that.
And that the gameplay is phenomenal.
It's so good, right?
It's simplistic in
It
the sense
is.
of
It is.
there is no actual like visuals. It's close to a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, but it has character. I'll give
Yes.
it that.
But like the comedy and the way the characters treat each other
Yeah.
feels like almost like they're coworkers, right? Like they're familiar enough with each other.
Yeah. That's how it
So,
felt. Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I really am feeling it, and I think I'm like maybe 10 hours in.
Do you
So
know it's
those
on
two
to
games just had
PlayStation
me.
or not?
It's not, unfortunately, only Switch and
Oh,
Steam. I know. I was hoping to. It was coming like a
I have
physical.
a Steam. I have PlayStation. I have Steam, so I will
Yeah,
see
definitely
if
pick
I
that
pick
up
it
on
up. But
Steam.
it's absolutely worth it from the demo that I played alone.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you've had a chance to play it. I think those are like the two biggest games I've been able to spend some time with. Obviously, like now I'm playing more Legend of Heroes. I also
Are
been playing a little Jedi Fallen
Survivor?
Order.
Oh,
Just the first one. Just the
Fallen
first one.
Order.
Yeah, I've been getting into a bit of a Jedi mood.
Good limit?
I know Pharaoh. I think you enjoyed this game, so.
So you were doing the Trails in the Sky remake?
Yeah,
Or remaster?
yeah. I haven't done a ton of it. Like I'm playing it now, and I'm playing it on Nightmare mode. So I'm
Okay.
kind of like
Oh,
taking my time
dude.
because on Nightmare it's the hardest difficulty and everything like takes half your health.
So what's
You know,
your
being
thoughts
that
on how
it,
they switched the gameplay? I'm curious.
Oh, I mean, so far from
So,
what I've been seeing, I love it. You know, it's very reminiscent of the more recent Trails games where it's real time and turn based. Of course, I prefer the turn based part, but I mean, the boost system, the way arts are used. So here's the thing about Trails in the Sky. This is the first game that starts to tell about the technology revolution that's happening in the world of Zemuria. And as the games progress, the tools they use for magic, the tools they use for arts gets better. But it's very primitive in the first game. And they tell you that. They're like, man, like these Sepith stones that we collect for using elements is in its infancy. And so in the second game, um, the orb mints that you use that you put stones in has like a second tier to it. But because it's broken out by game, you kind of get to see the technology and gameplay evolve over time. So it's almost like while Falcom is paying more attention to adding detail to the combat, you actually have a lore based reason as to why it's so simple in the first game. So
yeah.
I think it was difficult for them to like come back and add some things that were in later games now, but I love it. I'm like completely blown away that Falcom really made this game and it didn't take them 8 years to do, or something crazy.
damn, 8 years for this alone?
No, I'm saying it didn't take them that long. I'm
Oh,
shocked.
gotcha.
Falcom usually takes forever. I mean, this is the best looking game that they've had. The dungeon design is finally like, I think, much more passable. Like the dungeon design for Falcom games was getting really average. Like everything was really flat. There was no verticality. Things are really simple. This is the first one I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit lost. Like I'm really like trying to figure out, oh, I didn't, explore over here yet. And that
Oh, so as someone that played the original one, I'm pretty sure you forgot all about it. Do you recognize a lot of it, or did they switch? Did they change so much that it feels like you're playing a brand new
Oh,
game?
I 100% recommend this game. I mean, so far it has really broken down like the first game has so much text, like so many conversations that you would imagine a remake they'd drop it, right? So far it's been almost 1-to-1. And so when they said that the game is twice in its length, I get it now because some of those scenes are now voice acted, or have like dramatic, scripted cutscenes with motion capture and all this stuff. So I'm like, wow, Falcom didn't cut corners, and that's I think part of why it took them 20 years to do because the first game came out in 2004, 20 years ago. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm so proud of Capcom for treating this first chapter so seriously because now there's a whole new I think fan base that's like I've been waiting for this opportunity and it looks like it's really fun.
Yeah, I
Now
have
my
been waiting
audio's
to
out.
play it myself, and like I want to jump on it, but again, too many games to play.
Shoot,
Too
yeah, I got
little.
like Yote in the
Should work
mail. Like
now.
I hadn't even
Hello,
started Yote.
guys.
So to your point, it's just so much to play. I've been playing a lot of like smaller indie games too, but I'll
Can
bring those
anyone
up
hear me? I
later.
can't hear anyone.
I can hear you full clear.
Oh, we hear you, but
Oh
you
man.
don't
Well, I know
hear
you
us.
guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Let me try removing y'all from the stage. And
What happened, Pero? You good?
I am good. Your guys' audio went out, so I had to remove
Oh,
y'all and bring y'all back in.
Oh,
weird.
Yeah, I've never had that happen before. So, but yeah, what were you guys? Yeah, what were y'all saying about Trails of Cold
We were
Steel?
talking about
this is Trails in the Sky to be
Yeah,
Trails in the Sky, the first one. Yes, I'm sorry.
correct. No, it's okay.
yeah.
I want to make
How
sure listeners know.
I ain't
it
trying to get attacked over here by the Church of Trails.
how it's what you call it remake 1-for-1, and he's having a blast.
Yeah, it's totally different than something like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which, by the way, I know that there's a lot of contention around Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love Final Fantasy VII Remake. Would I say Trails is a better remake? It's hard for me to do that. I just love Trails for many different reasons.
They're different, isn't it? Like it's difficult to compare them.
Yes, like Seven, while it deviates in several ways, it also has attention to detail in its deviations. It doesn't like try to bridge gaps that don't make sense, at least in my opinion. Well, this game, it knows, the writers
Seven
know that there's many.
ending, not gonna lie, 7 ending 2 made no sense.
Yeah,
Well,
Seven
the issue.
Rebirth.
in Rebirth, I'm thinking just Final Fantasy
Yeah.
remake, but I
Well,
mean remake
Yeah,
also.
remake was great.
I
Rebirth,
think
I hated
like,
the ending.
But here's
I
something
think
that
the
gets
endings make
interesting.
sense, but at the same time, it's
They
you
what
can't.
you call it? How do I say that? They cut out. They gave us the Joker treatment instead of giving us an actual conclusion, which was what the fuck game?
Well,
Come
what,
on.
Well,
one thing I,
they can't really
oh,
give you a conclusion, and that's the issue with judging Final Fantasy VII remake at the moment, is that until it's done, you can't judge the whole body of work. It's like a partial judgment.
and well, one of the things, I mean, like for me, I'm fine with Rebirth's ending. Just throw that one out there. But like for Trails, really quick, like one flaw that the original series had is, so Trails in the Sky is a trilogy, right? Like the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Characters are introduced in the second game that you probably should have seen in the first game, but now in this remake, it's fixed. Characters that you only saw in the sequel are actually kind of around in the first game, and you get to see what they're up to, and it makes much more sense. It's much more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was,
Question.
yeah. Go ahead.
Welcome to one. Does it still have all that missable shit? That one missable shit and you're locked out of
Yes, you can miss a lot of quests. Quests expire if you decide not to handle them within a certain period of time. And
do
then
they
there's
warn you about that or
they warn you. I would say if I were to give you a rating of like 10 is a perfect warning, I would say they maybe give you like a 7. They will let you know like a significant part of the chapter will be happening, and you might need to clean up some stuff. But at the same time, if you've been sitting, with a quest that was given to you by the guild and you ignore it for too long, there is a chance that it will expire on you. So you definitely.
so not even what you call it progressing with the story, just gameplay. Like so basically quests have time limits? That's crazy.
They do, but it's chapter based, not like actual.
Oh, so it is story based. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it is story based. I'm sorry.
Okay, gotcha. That.
Yeah, it's
would
not
have
like
been super
30
crazy.
minutes in-game passes and all of a sudden you can't.
Yeah,
do something
gotcha.
like that. That would be in this game.
Yeah,
It'd be too much.
precisely.
So yeah, gotta love that. There's a character. Well, I guess I shouldn't say too much, but the
Yeah.
world building just makes a lot of sense now.
Mhm.
And I'm real proud of Falcom. We already know that the second game remake is happening. I will say that. So this is your chance.
It's already confirmed.
It's already confirmed that game is in development.
An idea when it's gonna be released?
My thought is, based on how much they've built in this first game, it will be out. I would say 12 months from now, or maybe early 2027.
Okay.
Now,
So then my
here's the
question
issue.
becomes, are
go ahead.
they putting their own project on hold, like the next Trails or whatever?
So yes and no. Here's the thing: the latest game in the series came out in 2023. I'm losing track of my own. No, it came out in Japan in 2024 September. Since that game, we have not heard anything about the next title. But in my opinion, that is a great decision by Falcom. Why? Every year since 2004, with the exception of like 2007, Falcom has released a game. Okay, sometimes it's Ys, like their action RPG series, but most of the time it's been Trails. And sometimes when they do annual releases, some of the game's design struggles. There's some games where you're like, this dungeon design doesn't do it for me, because they are trying to pump out one game a year. But when they take a year break, anytime Falcom has taken 2 years to release a new Trails game, that game is great. Great. They do so many new things. There's so many new assets added to the engine. You can tell.
So basically, less is more. It should be.
Yes. So the fact that we haven't seen a new Trails game in now 18 months, I'm like, keep waiting. I'm good. Because we had a big moment in the latest game, like a big moment, and they got a lot of splaining to do. I'm fine with them saying, hey, let's focus on the remakes. We want to write the next game as best as possible. So I'm real excited for whenever that moment comes, because that game's gonna be crazy after what we just saw. And for Pharaoh, it's so crazy because the one series that you do know the name of, Cold Steel, in my opinion, has a character that you would love. I think
Well,
the main character of Cold Steel is like
I know,
perfect.
I know. Trails in the Sky is like the beginning of it all, and it transforms into Trails of Cold Steel.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually, especially now that they're doing these remakes and stuff. I'll probably get around to it eventually for sure.
Yeah, I think the game Cold Steel has a lot of inspiration, not in story, not in world building, but I would say around some of its lore. It's inspired by Xenogears,
Okay.
and I think without me telling you about why I say that, I think you would like it. I think you would like the main character. I think you would like what he does. I think you would like some of the powers that he has. It's just very nostalgic for somebody who liked Xenogears. So, yeah, good motivation.
Sorry about that.
You good?
Kids. Uh,
So yeah,
but yeah.
that's my spiel.
All right. So nobody else has anything that is on their mind, or we ready to roll into the topics? Going once, going twice. All right. On to the topics we go. It's been quite an Xbox heavy month. PlayStation and Nintendo have been pretty quiet. Started out with news that maybe hardware was on the way out at Xbox, and then Xbox had to come out and make a new commitment, and then this Ally came out, and we had talk about that. But recently, as last week, we got details about the next Xbox. First, we got an interview from Sarah where she was talking about the next Xbox, and then we got a article by the way of I think Jez Gordon of Windows Central, and everyone else from this article has kind of written their own articles, but they're talking about the future of this next Xbox. We did have PlayStation talk about their next platform also. That was like a month ago, but it was a lot more vague compared to what we've kind of been, the breadcrumbs we've been getting from
Yeah,
Xbox.
PlayStation have to talk about the PlayStation when it's literally they're gonna about to release it. So as of right now, we still don't know a lot.
Yeah. But I'll just go through the article, and I guess we'll go ahead and talk about it. So, Microsoft's ambitions, new Xbox, your entire Xbox console library, the full power of Windows PC gaming, and no multiplayer paywall. The new Xbox platform is said to be a premium experience, and now we have some details on what it'll look like. No gaming platform in history has been declared dead as many times as Xbox, yet still it does. Microsoft has earned itself plenty of condemnation through when you put the clickbaitery aside. See, I hate all these opinion pieces. Owing to a variety of rapid-fire strategy changes, large-scale layoffs, and disappointing price hikes, Microsoft hasn't exactly ingratiated itself to the remaining Xbox faithful. As of late, another wave of Xbox's doomed declarations dropped as Halo was finally announced for PlayStation last week. Something we knew was happening for at least a year prior, but there's still reasons to remain optimistic for the future viability of the Xbox ecosystem, even without exclusives. Microsoft platform has Microsoft platform has more support from Japanese developers than ever. Xbox Play Anywhere is seemingly catching on with developers at an increasing pace, and the Xbox Ally X PC gaming handheld is sold out in many core markets. The Xbox platform is evolving to encompass PC gaming, cloud gaming, and traditional console gaming too, but the latter point has left fans wondering exactly what the next gen Xbox might even look like, combined with the public statements from and information from our sources. The form of the next Xbox will take is starting to take shape. Here's what you need to know and prepare for in the coming years ahead. Damn, we could have just jumped all the way down here. What we know. The next gen Xbox from Microsoft will be a curated Windows gaming PC complete with your full native console library. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer has been teasing for years what the next gen Xbox will look like for Xbox. As people wondered exactly how this strategy might pan out, last week Phil Spencer said that people should look to the Xbox Ally for an idea of where Xbox is headed, and we spoke to our trusted sources over the weekend to learn a bit more of what that means. As many of us has come to expect, the next Xbox is indeed run full bore Windows with a TV optimized console style experience layered on top. Microsoft decided to sideline its own Xbox handheld plans and go to a market with the Xbox Ally in partnership with Asus this year to start gathering feedback on the experience that will essentially power its next wave of console hardware. I'm told that Microsoft still plans to make its own console, its own Xbox handheld eventually too, along the lines of this new plan. Xbox President Sarah Bond has teased a variety of first-party Xbox hardware made in partnership with AMD. What will all of this look like, though? Indeed, the Xbox Ally X with this Xbox full screen experience is essentially what the next Xbox will look like. It's not dissimilar to Steam OS interface in big picture mode, which allows you to exit into full Linux at will. Similarly, the Xbox full screen experience will allow you to exit to the full Windows you want and run competing stores like Steam, Epic Games Store, Microsoft's own Battle.net, Riot Client, and indeed anything else you want. Indeed, you can run Adobe, CC, or Microsoft Office on the next Xbox if you so choose. And you can play PlayStation games. I mean, this is a long article. I'm not reading the whole thing. So we got the gist of it. Xbox is going more PC route with this next console. It's going to look a lot like the Xbox handheld that we currently have, and it looks like it's going to be fully backwards compatible in the sense of everything the Xbox Series can run in a backwards compatible state. This new device that they plan on releasing in the future will also be able to run those games. Hearing all of these details, how they've kind of leaked out, what are your guys' initial thoughts? I guess I'll kick it off with Omar, since it's been a while since we've, heard his voice and his
think
thoughts on these things.
It's gonna be interesting to see how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Not just them, PlayStation 2. With a handheld reaching 1K and the Pro was 700 something, I'm genuinely curious if we're gonna break the 1K mark for a console next year. Not next year, next gen.
I feel like we kind of are going to be forced to, because I don't see a world where a PlayStation 6 comes out and it's cheaper than the PS5 Pro. That wouldn't, make sense. To me, it wouldn't. We've never seen the Pro model of a previous generation be more expensive than the next generation hardware that comes out. So unless these consoles finally unless these current gen consoles finally start to have a price drop, it's kind of hard to envision a world where these consoles aren't flirting with $1,000. I can't see it. It would be like the Switch OLED costing more than the Switch 2.
From what I read from just Colin, apparently it could be 1K 500 for Xbox and PlayStation City at 1K or something like that.
I feel like that 1K 500 number is. I haven't heard anybody from Xbox kind of leak that out. I've
No, this
heard.
is just speculation on
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I've heard like King David say that a lot, but I haven't heard anything official. I mean, if it is that much, that's going to be a tough sell, even for someone.
I mean, if they don't differentiate themselves from the competition with Xbox heading the PC route and then saying PC and then saying also this is premium, you're gonna get Xbox and PC at the same time. And in order to do so, you need to work in 1.5K, while PlayStation 1 gonna round itself at 1K without any PC. It not only makes sense, but it showcases the difference between the two parties and
Yeah,
where each wanna be. And it makes you then question who is gonna succeed with this one, because then for the first time, we're gonna see an actual difference, not only in price, not only in vision, but also in price.
yeah,
And a massive difference if Xbox goes close to 2K while PlayStation stays at 1K. Because
yeah.
apparently the next Xbox is gonna be stronger than the next PlayStation. I'm like,
Like,
okay, you do you, so
see, I see it as kind of a tough. If it's 1,500, to me, that's kind of a tough sell for me in the sense of, yes, a device for myself. Am I willing to spend 1,500 on it? Yeah, I'm willing to spend $1,500 on something that I want for myself. But for like purchasing it for like your kids or
for
something
the
like that,
casuals, it's gonna be beyond the top sales would sell.
yeah. But I mean,
Because by
they have
that point,
multiple.
you're
That's the whole
better
point
off
of
with
this.
a PC.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of this. This is an Xbox campaign, so they're gonna have this very high end device that if people want to play a native experience, that's the device for them.
So then what they need to do is to explain to us um why should we invest in this over a PC? I think that's what is going to be happening.
Well, I think you're talking from a hardcore gamer perspective, and I think you're correct in that part. But I think
Not only
for
that, casual even.
yeah, but I think for the casual market, I think they need to explain and show that gaming on these other devices that you already own is something that you should want to do. So like the fact that you can play Xbox off of your TV through the Xbox app or off of your Fire Stick, they need to really find a way to communicate that to the casual consumer base and make it more mass market. The cloud, subscription cloud thing, because 1,500 is going to be a tough sell to the mass market. Like there's no justifying that to a casual consumer. I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's a beyond difficult pill to swallow.
Yeah.
If you want to tell the consumers that, yeah, fork 1.5K.
I mean, if it fully replaces they have to make this UI so great that it replaces your Amazon Fire Stick, your Fire Cube, whatever smart device in your house that you use to run your TV settings. They have to make the device so like top notch that this is like what you need to run your entertainment center, or what you want to run your entertainment center. It has to be more than just a gaming console if you're making it a mass market device in that way, that people are willing to spend $1,500 to hook it up to their device, to hook it up to their TV and kind of run all these different things. Like that's how it would have to be sold. Like it'd have to be much more than a gaming device for the mass market casual to spend that type of money.
Yeah, I mean, like to piggyback on what you guys are saying, the PS2 captured quite a market because of its value as a DVD player.
Yeah, because DVD players at the time were $1,000, and the PS3, the PS2 like started at like.
But even then, they have to scale back with the price, right?
So, no, we're talking about PS2. We're talking about PS2, not PS3.
I'm trying to make, I guess, the point Pharaoh is bringing up is kind of valid, because if we're talking about just the gaming console, or that's the way it's catered, I honestly think that most, and this applies for, well, I don't know about PlayStation right now, but for Xbox, I think they're looking at what games are the most popular right now. And most of those games, I don't think need to be justified with a $1,500 console, or $1,500 is the dramatic max. Let's say it's
Yeah, that's
1,000 or 1,100. I still think like your Fortnites of the world, your 2Ks of the world, your Call of Duties of the world, you don't have to like be like, oh, like we're gonna have this super expensive thing to run those particular games. I just think that's not going to appeal to the base. They're going to be like, look, a $900, $800, $700 console can do those things just fine. But if they also had an amazing UI experience where patches and bugs and things like that were really low or seemingly really low, then that's a much easier pill to swallow. Now, in my opinion, I haven't seen an amazing UI experience from really any console. I don't think PlayStation does it amazing. I mean, Steam does some things that I really like, but I wouldn't say they're amazing either. So that's going to be a process. I think that if
now.
they're trying to create a UI that's great, you need to start getting people integrated with it today and just really grind it out and
So
really
let me
try to
ask,
show something different when that console's ready.
can I ask you something, Kofi?
Mm-hmm.
On the TV side, is there a premiere experience for in my house we use the Fire Cube. I don't think that's like the best thing ever. But like, is there like something like that on the TV side that you know about that they might be able to kind of steal some features that those things are doing and kind of incorporate it into the device to kind of make it more mass market? Because
Man,
like,
I mean, that's a really good question. I honestly, when I
that you've
compare,
seen.
yeah, like just like for things I've seen, there's nothing that really encompasses everything. Well, here's one thing I wanted to say nice about Steam. They have more categories and more ways to follow developers that you like, and it kind of creates like this tailored experience in two ways. Like you have your wish lists, right? That's like where I think Xbox ends. That's where PlayStation ends. That's where Nintendo ends. But Steam has like this whole like patch feed where like you could read specific, not about like things that you just want, but things that have like community events. That's a whole separate list. Or
Yeah.
like upcoming games that are in early access. And you can give you can give a demo a play. You can write feedback. And that's its own list too. So, and then there's a way that you can ignore things. Like, let's say you don't want to see the same Call of Duty stuff on your feed. You could completely kill that from your daily ingest. I think it's all that customization, I think, ends up making things really great. Netflix, for example, does not do a good job at these kind of things. I just want to be critical of Netflix. Sometimes, maybe this is just me. Sometimes I find that Netflix does not keep track of things I've watched or am currently watching. Like I'll log in and I have to, it's just too many steps to get to something I watched I haven't added to a list yet. It should just be really intuitive. Be like, look, here's the eight shows that you and your family might watch on one account. I don't need to make a whole bunch of different accounts for this. Here's the sports show. Here's the drama show. Here's the reality TV show. And so, Xbox is heavily investing in AI. I think maybe AI to help tailor those types of experiences should be a good selling point. Since I think software is Microsoft's real place to continue to grow. They have so much reach that investing in that makes sense. So, trying to say like, hey, this console is going to be really premium and expensive, I don't know what for. I really don't. If there was some new game like Senua 3 was going to be like the most beautiful, groundbreaking thing, uses AI in the cloud to push the greatest graphics, then maybe if the market was demanding something like that. I don't think the market is even demanding a $1,500 console or whatever, an expensive console, so that.
Well, if we're talking about 1,500, we're talking about it doing things outside of the console sphere that we haven't thought about before. Like,
I agree.
That's We're talking as a mass market device.
But
Yeah,
Like
even then, you're asking too much. At what point do you become then? Why should they not just get a PC then?
because
With PC, at least
you're sup-
with PC, you get way more out of it. You get a device that you can,
so
what you call it, upgrade it, and also work on it for work,
the
for
only way I would
entertainment.
choose, this Xbox ecosystem item would be if here's the thing. I run 3 different Linux OSs like every day.
yeah,
And one of them is like a bare metal type of install where like I have to manage patches and everything. I can't tell you how many times I'll like open the laptop and it's broken. I mean, oh my gosh, another free, like not even games, just like command line stuff. So if Xbox could have some sort of item that like handles Windows or whatever it's based on, if it could just fix the patches and do it in a great way, then I think there's anti-PC people that will appreciate that. I don't know if we've seen that yet. Maybe this new ROG Ally is like the beta, and they aren't doing an amazing job of an instant
So
setup.
basic, so basically, what it feels like with your word is this is Xbox. This is Xbox PlayStation version of the next gen. With PlayStation, we've seen the Pro that they're gonna enhance on it with next gen, and with RDNA and all that jazz, and
yeah,
with Xbox, it's gonna be the price because of how pricey and what you call it, and PC is the ROG Ally. The next gen for Xbox is gonna be on that level and even more. I can
I
yeah,
see
just
that.
hope it's more streamlined. I just
yeah.
hope that
I
there's
mean,
less annoyances on daily use.
well, we can kind of slide into our next topic about it being more streamlined because I don't know if you guys seen. Well, I know Omar seen a little bit of it, but Satya Nadella, he spoke on what the future of Microsoft gaming, Xbox looked like, and he is looking for a more streamlined experience. But before I'll pull up the video so we can all like kind of listen to it together. But he was very much speaking from my perspective. I feel like he was very much speaking as someone who is very invested in what is going on on the gaming side of things. I think my read on it is that he sees the gaming business as a tool to tap into other markets that Microsoft might care about more.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and get this up, and we'll give it all a listen together. Got it right here. Ooh. Right here. Ooh. Add the stage. Like, can you guys hear it?
No.
All right. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Let me fix it. I hate when it does that. Let's see. It's like one button that I have to actually click to make sure the audio shares. And I always forget. There we go.
Are we gonna cover also a mood comment or that comes later? Just making sure.
I'm still not hearing anything. Wait, maybe you can turn it up.
Did you hear?
It's playing. I can.
I did hear part of this interview, but not the whole.
Pharaoh, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can
Are
hear
we
you.
gonna cover the Amy Hood comment? Because she seems so out of touch with reality.
We'll see after the video.
The 30% margin.
Yeah, we can get to that.
Okay, so let's focus first on Satya and then Amy Hood. Because for Satya, this it
I think I lost you, Omar.
I muted them so that they could hear the video. All right. Sorry about that, Omar. I had to cut you off so that the people could hear the
Yeah, no,
video.
no, it's okay. No, no. I apologize. I was not watching myself. That's why I'm gaming, and I was
Um,
making food. So my bad about that.
all good, all good, all good. But yeah, he talked about increasing margins, which is something that you brought up about Amy Hood and their goals of increasing the margin to 30%. He brought up the console and how important the console experience is, and then it kind of seems like they want to do take some of the engineering things that they've done on the console side and bring it to the PC side, and take some of the things they've done on the PC side and bring it to the console side and kind of like marry certain concepts together. What did you think hearing that, Kofi?
So unfortunately, I wasn't able to hear it. The sound wasn't playing back.
It
Oh,
wasn't.
sorry. So
I
not
turned
me talking. Okay.
I turned the sound on for it.
Yeah, I saw that the setting was set to on, but I just didn't hear.
Uh,
But I did hear some of that interview before. I think the thing that jumped out at me the most is what Satya was talking about for his competitor. Like the number one thing is maybe not competing so much with other gaming platforms, but competing for people's time,
yeah.
or maybe like people watching videos here and there. Like, what do people do when they pick up their phone? Are they playing on Game Pass, or are they like on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram?
Yeah.
And I think that in combination with maybe the profit margins situation only brings concern to me when it comes to intent with the type of products that Xbox wants to produce. I don't have evidence of this, but I think if the idea is, we're aiming for 30% margins or a large margin, something that's kind of unique, or competing for people's time, does that prevent the types of games that would release? Like, would you not see a title that was something like Hi-Fi Rush or Senua's Sacrifice because it doesn't cater to that 30%
Okay.
margin window? Maybe not. And I don't know
Okay.
if there's really evidence of that, but that would be a concern I have. Does it affect game development? Does it affect what's greenlit? So yeah.
I think everything affects what
Absolutely.
ultimately
We,
get.
we, we actually. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think everything affects what ultimately gets greenlit. Just the state of the market and what consumers are purchasing and things in general. I think that always is going to impact it. But I know a lot of people have we've heard this 30% be thrown around. And there's two aspects of the 30% that I think have been failed to be brought up in this conversation, that Xbox has to get to this ridiculously high number in most people's minds. I don't know what their margins currently are, so I I don't know if 30% is a ridiculous number.
But what we do know is PlayStation don't even reach 30.
Well,
Nintendo
yeah,
don't
we
even
know
I
that
reach
think-
30.
historically, no company has ever reported that or anywhere
Yeah,
close to that.
so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know like how close they are to it, and I don't know like
But it's
what-
reasonable to suggest that
I
they're
mean,
not even
if
within like 10% of 30%.
I can definitely see that. I can see that being, but the two aspects that I wanted to bring up that aren't talked about in reaching this 30% is one is they had the goal is to get there by 2030. So it's over the next 5 years they're trying to get to this 30%, this magical 30% number.
they are not reaching that.
I mean, they could
Absolutely
just
not.
not make more games and just completely farm
No,
like Minecraft.
But
the issue
the
with
second part of
making
that hasn't been talked about is that they specifically stated that in order to get to the 30%, that it's going to require inorganic growth. So they're planning to purchase something to get them to that 30%. So those are the two things. So I don't know how much it affects what they currently are doing on the gaming side. I don't know to what degree. I'm sure it does to a degree, of course. But they're expecting to get that 30% through a purchase.
So the issue with what you call it, not the purchase itself, but um, what new Xbox strategy is. We've seen being affected in the gameplay develop, in the gameplay, in the game aspect, in the game development aspect, but also the gameplay itself taking point. Hellblade 2, atrocious
I think
game.
Hellblade is the game that they wanted to make. I
Nah,
play Hellblade 1 and Hellblade 2. The
no, no,
combat
no,
is
no, no,
not
no, no,
dramatic.
no, 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 no. Hellblade 2 Vision was totally different from what we got. Hellblade 2 Vision, they actually wanted to do more with the combat. They actually hired the person for that.
But they did do a lot with the combat. The combat has a lot.
Nah,
It's not
the combat
explained.
is way worse than one. Beyond way worse.
I don't think it's way worse than one. I went straight from Hellblade 1 straight into Hellblade 2. I don't think the combat was
The
worse.
fact that you don't have your mirror that able to slow down time says to me that what they did with two is way worse than one. Two had one had a lot more what you call it uh abilities, if that makes sense. But
Well, this one had a lot more things that you had to discover through playing it. Like that, like a lot of stuff that like a lot of things in the combat, they didn't tell you that you could do it. But if you played, like if you ran through it and you talked to other people who played it, like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. There was a lot of things in the combat that just weren't explained. I don't think the combat was necessarily worse. I went straight from one to the other. And I don't think either one had great combat to begin with. I didn't think Hellblade 1's combat was great. It was passable.
One over two actually. The issue is with this whole conversation is also what you look what they did was how Senua is literally walking like a slug, but when you're fighting a boss fight, she is all of a sudden Barry Allen, like a fucking flash. How
but
she is running.
I don't think that was a budget thing that I mean, they had plenty of time to make that game. Was like what, 6 years developed?
Well, when it premiered in 2019, I think they were still kind of getting ready. I don't know if that was.
That's what I'm saying, and it didn't release till like what, 23?
Also,
Last
it makes you
year?
question how many. It makes you
released
question.
like last year, like no.
Also, it makes you
2023, I think.
question. Also, it makes you question whether working on the keeper and this one at the same time.
Keeper is a solid game to me. It's a small. Double Fine doesn't make big
That's
games.
also another game that's like compared to a game like Psychonaut going from 1 to 2, which we saw the evolution to it. Like again, a lot of
I
the
mean,
games.
I think South of Midnight was really good. Avowed.
Now, South of
released really
Midnight is
good.
another game that I enjoyed at best, but It had lackluster ending to conclusion
Well, that's a story.
to
That's a
to.
story choice. That's not a budget choice.
We don't know if it's a budget or not, but what you know is that game was lackluster as fuck. The only
What,
thing
South
that
of
was,
Midnight?
yeah,
I
the
like
only
South of
good,
Midnight.
the only good that was about it was what you call it, the voice acting and the FPS drop. I don't know what that.
You mean the stop motion? I mean, that's
Yeah,
not
the
really an
stop
FPS
motion.
drop. Stop motion.
Yeah, my
It
bad.
wasn't
Stop motion.
it
Yeah.
wasn't an FPS drop. It
Yeah,
was
no,
and stop
I said
motion
FPS stop. I meant to mention stop motion, but yeah.
and stop motion itself is very expensive to implement. So it wasn't a budget thing. Like stop motion is actually pretty expensive to do. So I mean, like they're getting budgets to make the games the way they want to make them to this point. Um, Now games getting canceled because they're not hitting their timelines. We've seen that, but I mean, like Obsidian released 3 really good games this year. South of Midnight, I feel, is very solid. What else did they release this year? The 2 Ninja Gaiden games, very solid. They completely funded those. I haven't played Towerborn, so I can't give an opinion on that.
Obsidian and what you call it, Outer World 2 and Avowed, they released.
Yeah, that's what I said. Obsidian released 3. Then you got the 2 Ninja Gaidens that they funded. Then you have.
Wait, did they work on Outer Worlds too?
Yeah, Outer Worlds 2
Yeah.
just came out today. It's
today.
officially released today. Yeah,
Yeah,
officially released
officially.
today. And Call of Duty is going to be Call of Duty. And what else did they release? They released about Oblivion Remastered. That's an amazing game. I don't think this 30% target has affected the quality of the games. From what I've seen this year, like they probably should be Publisher of the Year. Doom: The Dark Ages came out great. I'm just thinking. They had like 12 games this year, and I think all of them, outside of one, is in the 80s. Like all of them except one is in the 80s, and like one dropped to like 79. So they're hitting a certain quality standard to where they're doing like pretty quality games. So I don't know. I think we're gonna have to like see in the future and judge in the future if games get worse. But I think Doom: The Dark Ages is a big upgrade from Doom Eternal. I'm just thinking. Outer Worlds 2 seems to be a pretty big upgrade from Outer Worlds 1. I don't know. I think it's just something. I think that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. But what are your thoughts, Kofi, about the whole margin thing, and is it affecting game development?
Yeah,
Quality of games this year that have come out.
Yeah, like if their goal has already been that 30% profit margin, then as a publisher, I think it'll be much easier. This is not what they're going to do, at least in my opinion. I think it's much easier for them to continue putting their name on certain devices, but leaving the hardware market. Like more honestly going the Sega route, or being like a Capcom, a powerful publisher that releases like these hit games. Like Capcom has been crazy with like Monster Hunter or Street Fighter or Resident Evil. And Sega, even though they're not like hitting those kind of numbers, Sonic has great pull, and their brand awareness has brought like some incredible Sonic movies that have been some of the most profitable movies based on video games ever. And that kind of opportunity, I think, is huge for Microsoft, because they just did like a Minecraft movie, and that did pretty well.
That did very well. Halo is doing really good now.
Loves that movie. Yeah, exactly. Halo.
It flopped on Paramount, and it's doing great on Netflix.
Right. I mean, I think Halo has a ton of potential, regardless of what people thought of the past seasons. I think there's always an opportunity to bring that back.
Well, now they're going to kind of have to, because it's doing so well on Netflix. I think they're going to kind of have to bring it back.
And for them to, try different things. Honestly, I think if they still own something like Hi-Fi Rush, that could have been like a cool TV show.
Yeah, I thought Hi-Fi
just based
Rush.
on
That's where I thought Hi-Fi Rush was going. I thought Hi-Fi Rush was
yeah,
going to
Hi-Fi
that
Rush could
too.
have been everything. It could have been like an animated series on Netflix, or I guess on
Yeah.
Paramount or wherever, or it could have been like a movie series, and you use that same aesthetic and then do different genres of music
Man, they could.
for
Yeah,
whatever
they
films.
could
It
have
could have
done
been like
like.
a whole like 5-movie thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could have done
Um,
like 3-4 seasons of a show before the next game even ever was even thought of.
yeah, and to be honest, I think like Minecraft isn't. I think like Minecraft the movie isn't associated with Microsoft, and that's maybe the idea that Microsoft has, like to make their brands so big that like them, it doesn't really matter who they are, it just matters that their reach is like a household name, whether
Yeah,
it
they're
be an
doing they're
OS
doing
or a cloud service or AI. Nobody really cares about Microsoft. It's Bing or it's Game Pass or it's
well,
this or that.
anything that's not Windows or Azure is that Microsoft does is not associated to Microsoft for the
Right,
most part.
right. Like
Like
they're their own thing.
LinkedIn is not associated to Microsoft.
Right. Or like Zoom
Nuance,
before it died was not like a
yeah.
Microsoft pushed item, like, oh, like Microsoft owns it.
Nuance. Nobody knows that Microsoft owns Nuance. That's the
Right. And so now we have a
they
whole
make dictation software.
we have like a whole generation of gamers that are gonna see Gears of War maybe for the first time, or see Halo. Like maybe they're not born yet, but they'll see Halo and it'll be on a PlayStation or it'll be on, Switch 2 or 3 or
Or a
whatever,
TV
and they
show.
won't have that recognition anymore. To me, it's completely Xbox with many IPs moving into a space that is like Sega, but they can acquire things, right? Sega, I don't think has bought any IPs. They've completely kept things in house with their own originality. Xbox doesn't. I mean, I'm sorry. Microsoft doesn't have to do that. They can just be like, "Hey, like Koei Tecmo, we're going to publish like one of your games," and
It's very difficult to be in the acquisition business.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. Like your company has to be at a certain level and most likely a field that is not gaming in order to enter into the acquisition business. Because we don't like when we were growing up, acquisitions were kind of rare. We didn't see outright acquisitions. We saw mergers.
Yes.
Like for instance, Koei Temco, like you said, Koei Temco, when we were kids, were two different companies.
Yep.
They merged into one. Square and Enix, two different companies. Yeah, like Bandai Namco, they were two different companies. Now one was Bandai, one was Namco. They can't we didn't see acquisitions back in the day. We saw mergers. And that's how companies got bigger, back in the day. Activision, Blizzard, King, mergers. So it's a different ball game now where people are just outright buying these companies. That wasn't always a thing. So it's a different landscape for sure. I don't know, man. I feel like based on Satya's comments, I feel like he is just, like I said, very in tune with the gaming market. I think he's paying a lot more attention to it than what we think. And I have the Xbox Ally X, and I guess from what I can say of having the Xbox Ally X is that it is the strongest implementation of Copilot that I have seen. So
Copilot, what does Copilot do?
it's AI. It's their AI. Like how Google has Gemini, OpenAI has ChatGPT.
Copilot is implemented in ROG Ally.
Yes. So so for instance, you can be in the middle of a game and you can be like, I don't know where to go. And the AI will be like, oh, I can see
basically YouTube without YouTube, gotcha.
Not really like YouTube. It'll be
I'm talking about that one version. That how you go to YouTube.
It's very quick conversation. Like, oh, you don't know where to go. I see you haven't played in a while. You can, if you just go down, this way, you'll get to where you need to go to do the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be like, oh, I'm struggling with a boss. Is there something that I'm doing wrong? And it'll let you know, like, oh yeah, I can see based on, your last several tries, this is kind of where you had your hiccups at. Try this.
So basically, what PlayStation tries to do is called and failed. I get it.
I mean, it's
I get it.
implemented.
It's way broader. It's way broader. I understand. It's just
Yeah, it's implemented. Like I'm not using it a lot, but it's very well implemented from what I have used of it because the AI is very aware of what you're playing, where you are in the game, and it does a pretty decent job of answering the questions that I've given it to this point. Um, because I pressed a button by accident, and I figured out how to use it. I'm like,
Now,
oh, okay.
does it offer like paywalled versions as you use it, or like how does that work?
I think I think for the gaming gaming side, so like to use Copilot on your PC, there is a paid version where you pay like $20 a month.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But for the Xbox Ally X and specifically for gaming, I think it's technically in beta, so they're not charging for it.
Oh,
at the moment, I think technically it's in beta for the gaming side.
Yeah. Because it would be interesting if somebody might get like would they reduce the cost of access to Copilot when it exits beta if you're paying Game Pass whatever tier?
I would think if you're paying for Game Pass Ultimate, the gaming Copilot part would be a part of it. I would assume.
Yeah, I think that's
unless you like make like I think Game Pass Ultimate might get another price bump at that point. It might be $35 a month.
Dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's possible. We're throwing this out, we're talking about it. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. I don't know how much gamers will use it, but it's a cool feature. It'll save you from having to look on YouTube for stuff. It's pretty quick as far as getting you that information. So say that much. But yeah, I think the way that he spoke, like he made a very very pointed. I don't know. I'm trying to look for the words to say. He made it a point to mention Steam, and to me, as far as getting to this 30%, I think that they want to purchase Steam.
Wow.
That's what I think they want to do. I think they want to purchase Valve, and then I think what they want to do is integrate Game Pass into Steam once they actually purchase Steam. That's why it's not integrated in there yet, because they want to integrate it into Steam after they buy them. And then, all the Steam players start getting Game Pass and, then they're happy. Well, then when I say they're happy, I'm talking about Microsoft, because that'll probably get them to the 30% because they don't have to make any games. It's just the number one storefront on PC. It's free money. And it'll probably get them to the 30% that they're.
I agree. Not making games, I think, is kind of the better thing.
That's what I'm saying. They would if they bought it. That's probably the closest way that they would get to that number is like by purchasing the number one storefront on PC.
I think you're gonna have to wait until Gabe Newell dies. I don't think he'll want to sell it, but I think at some point he won't be involved with Steam anymore, and it may be much easier to sell.
Well, I don't know how old he is, but at some point you want to kind of stop working.
Yes.
At some point.
Yes.
And whenever that time is, I think they have a number in mind that they want to throw his way. They probably have already thrown it his way, and he's probably been because he's an ex-Microsoft.
That he doesn't want to be. So
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but I think the way that Satya's talking, I think they want to purchase Steam. I really do.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. We covered it a few months ago that there was a rumor of it, remember?
Yeah. But we got some comments in the chat. Satnus, he's saying that hopefully the need for Game Pass content allows for more niche stuff to be greenlit. So, maybe they're allowed to be more creative due to Game Pass. And he thinks Outer World is looking great. I don't know if he's played it yet. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I haven't even had a chance to download it yet. I'm all in on Ninja Gaiden at the moment as far as, the Xbox releases go. And hey, 108, he's with us. No more price hikes. Not for Copilot.
Uh, you
And
you you are knocking on a wrong door with this one, Sarah. When you said price hike,
yeah, and 30% is not realistic. It probably isn't, but I think you set a goal, and you aim for the moon, and you land amongst the stars is what they say. So I guess that's what they're trying to do. Who knows? Um, and Yobi, out of nowhere, what's going on, Yobi? Outer Worlds 2 is fire, and yes, no more price hikes for sure, for sure. Um, I just I do find the whole Satya thing to be interesting. And I do find it interesting that like these interviews came out kind of in hierarchy of like Sarah Bond coming out and talking about the hardware first through two interviews, because she did the interview on Good Morning America where she took people into the lab where the new Xboxes are being designed, and then she did the interview with Mashable like a week later. And then a week after that, Phil Spencer comes out and talks about the next generation hardware. And then after that, another week later, Satya Nadella comes out and talks about next generation hardware. It feels very much planned and orchestrated that it was done that way. And it makes me feel like the hardware is coming out sooner than maybe we anticipate. But I guess, only time will tell on that. But yeah, I think we kind of hit this one on the head. We can kind of go ahead and get back to talking about some game announcements that took place over the past week as well. There was a Halo World event that took place last week, and at that event, we got our first look at the new Halo campaign evolve, not combat evolve. They made sure that they were very clear that this next Halo that they're dropping is going to be campaign only. And yeah, I'll kind of play that in the background. It's like a 13-minute gameplay loop, so I'll kind of play that while we talk about it. And it's going to be coming to PlayStation for the first time. Looks like a full-on remake using the Unreal 5 engine, and they're going to be adding extra content to it. So it's not just a one-for-one remake. There's going to be a couple added missions. I think most of them take place before the start of the original story, but I didn't watch the Halo event fully through. So Satya says complain evolve. Yeah, people are complaining a lot about this new campaign evolve that's coming out. I think a lot of the upset people are upset about the sprint option, but apparently the sprint option is something that you can like turn it on or off, depending on how you like to play. It does allow for campaign co-op, I think, of up to 4 players.
Yeah.
And it's going to be crossplay, so that's cool. I mean, I think the game looks gorgeous. Especially like this is like they got another year to polish this before it comes out. Kofi, I mean, I know you played on you were around for the first Xbox, but I don't know if you played Halo.
Yeah, actually, when I first got my first Xbox, my my friend from middle school, I remember Bobby from middle school lent me Halo. At the time, I was a JRPG snob, and I wasn't gonna ask anybody to buy that game for me, or buy it for myself. But I did try because of it, and I still really enjoy the first campaign. I also played a lot of Halo 2 and Reach. But Halo 1 was the first game I was like, oh, first person shooter. I mean, I played like Doom 95. Okay. So I played
Yeah.
first person shooters back in the day, but the Halo was like, oh, okay, like a brand new campaign. Like what I mean is this was a new IP to me. It was, something I'd never seen, something similar to before. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually really fun. Maybe I shouldn't be such a, you know, uh, for lack of a better term, a-hole against non JRPGs. I was just that kind of person at the time. And I'm excited to give it a try. I definitely would like to see if there's like a physical version on PlayStation 5, and I would definitely play a crossplay. This is like the one Halo 2 I like too, but like this is the one campaign that I feel is pretty lengthy, and I was hearing things about this campaign evolved version that might make it a little bit longer.
Yeah, there's
Of
extra
course,
missions.
yeah, there's extra missions, and I understand that you could sprint through some areas that might be like considered, longer because you're not sprinting. But that doesn't bother me. I can't, I can't say I'm a fan, right? Because there's so many titles. Like I didn't really play 3, I didn't play
Yeah.
5, but this could get me into a co-op campaign. Like I'm all about it. I
Yeah.
loved being able to drive the Warthog, and then my buddy shoot in Halo 2.
Oh, now you
So
got 4 people. 4 people can ride in the Warthog now.
right, exactly. So now you got even more for the original campaign. So I just think overall it sounds like something I'm really interested in, and yeah, I don't, I really don't have anything negative to say. I guess overall I've been seeing a lot of like people outside of the Xbox ecosystem say like, oh, Xbox is definitely dead now. I mean, I personally see them as the Sega route, like they just became a publisher, but not like Sega. Because Sega was like having
All right.
horrible financial woes, right? Not today, but they were at the time. Xbox is a little bit different situation, being part of Microsoft. So
Yeah,
that part
there
is
are 4.
different.
There's a 4. The difference between Sega and Microsoft and Xbox, let's just say Xbox, is that Xbox has a $4 trillion company behind
Yes.
them, and they are dead when they say they are dead, not when we say like if they want to keep making hardware, like they keep making surfaces that don't really sell,
Yes.
then they can keep doing it,
Yep.
and they'll never be dead. It's
Yep.
just it's
They
up
just
to them.
keep going. They're undead or whatever you want to
As
call them.
long
They
as
here.
Microsoft keeps backing them, then yeah.
Yeah,
But the
so I'm
second
like,
Microsoft drops them, it's over.
Yeah.
like their console sales could drop to 0 if Xbox if Xbox says fuck it, we still want to make a console.
Facts.
Then they're not dead. They're not out of the
Absolutely
business.
facts.
So it's just
Now
it's just a different situation for them.
Yeah, the community, obviously it fluctuates with who's on
Yeah, I
PC
can't
or who's
talk
buying an
about
Xbox.
it, but I get it.
But yeah, and overall, generally excited that these IPs can still exist, and I will support this and Gears E-Day, right? They call it E-Day, so I'm here for it, especially campaign
Do you
stuff.
feel like
If it
it's
was
a
multiplayer, not for me, but
Yeah, it
campaign co-op,
doesn't have multiplayer with this one. It's strictly single player.
yeah,
Well,
I'm happy about
Well,
that.
no,
Yeah.
it's not strict. No, it has multiplayer. It's just multiplayer campaign. It doesn't have like
Right. But I
Oh
like
yeah,
that they're
okay, yeah. I thought
like
you
that
were
they're-
talking about multiplayer, actual multiplayer.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not
like
combat like going
It's not
against
like
each other
a
multiplayer.
team versus team or something. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that this release is kind of focusing on one thing, and I think it gives them an opportunity to do that one thing well. So
Well,
I'm here for
I
it.
guess the second game wasn't. They were supposed to announce 2 games at this event. It was supposed to be announced 2 Halos. It was supposed to be this
Halo 2 is
campaign.
such a much shorter campaign. So
No,
I'm
no.
curious.
The other game was supposed to be the multiplayer. So
Interesting.
they're doing a separate multiplayer that's supposed to be, I guess, kind of in the vein of Fortnite in some aspects. I don't think they're doing like a battle royale per se, but I think they kind of want to like make Halo a platform the way that Fortnite is a platform. That's what I'm guessing. So we'll just gotta kind of see where that one is. I guess it wasn't ready to be shown, even though I guess it was close to being ready to be shown because like 3 months, like they announced this like a couple months ago that they were going to show multiple Halos, and they only showed this one. So that part
You
of it was
never know
kind of
what's happening, so who knows?
yeah.
Because remember, when Xbox showcased their stuff, I remember PlayStation sat on the God of War Ragnarok, and they didn't showcase that. Apparently, it was going to be revealed at a showcase, and they didn't do that. They kept
Yeah.
it to a different showcase. So yeah, companies do that all the time,
Yeah.
especially if that shit is leaked beforehand. And I'm talking about the information of like for example the God of War. How we knew? We knew because it got leaked. The information got leaked. So who knows they thought don't release it now. Same with the Xbox One. I would not be surprised if the new Halo was supposed to be revealed and they didn't want it because of the leak.
No, they didn't leak it. They said it themselves. It wasn't leaked.
Oh,
They
then
said they said we have Halo games to show you. They
then
said
it's
they said
weird
plural.
that they didn't what you call it, showcase.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It just must have like just not made it to the point where it was ready to be shown yet for whatever reason. Because they announced it like in September that they were going to be showing multiple Halos.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the game looks good. This is confirmed to be running on the Xbox Series X. This isn't the PC version, so that's that also
Congratulations.
this is very representative of what we're going to see on the Xbox and PlayStation. So I think that's something to look forward to. Jubei has
So,
finally. Oh, he did make it back for a second. I was going to get his thoughts, but yeah, Omar. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Halos. What did
no,
you
I
think?
never did. I only played Gears.
Okay.
So yeah, the Halo one is I'm excited to see how it's going to be. Apparently, because PlayStation is closely involved with this one, apparently they're working with the studio behind, I think 343 to implement DualSense integration in it. So I'm
Okay.
a huge fan of DualSense, and I've always said that it adds to the gameplay aspect. So I'm curious how it's gonna enhance Halo.
So you would purchase this on PlayStation just to kind of see what that is, or
I'm
are
not
you gonna
gonna
be like,
purchase it. If someone else
okay,
buys it, I will play it.
like
Otherwise,
if like game share it or something? Yeah. Okay.
yeah, otherwise if it comes to PlayStation Plus, because to me, I'm not a fan of FPS like that, but
Yeah.
I do still wanna experience Halo that put Xbox on the map. That I've heard Jubei talk about it. I heard a lot of people talk about it. So instead of just hearing talking about it, I wanna experience it to myself and see
Now
any favorite word what the fuss is about.
there have been some rumors that this Halo may have a third person mode. If it did have a third person mode, would that be something that you would make you more interested in experiencing
Oh yeah,
the campaign?
absolutely. I love first person.
Okay.
Like Revenge of the Savage Planet became a third person, and that shit is phenomenal.
Hmm.
So if they can do that with Halo, it's gonna be interesting how the community is gonna accept embrace it because just one change, a few changes in this new game, and people are angry with that inclusion of a new uh, a weapon that's not supposed to be there, and the fact that you can run. I'm like,
Nah,
it's
There's always something that the Halo
Jubei.
people are
people are
disliking.
especially
upset
with
about
running.
options
Like
and stuff.
you wanna
Yeah.
you wanna be part of the new generation and not stay in the old school. You get me?
Yeah,
Like
like nobody wants this game to evolve for some reason.
y- like
Like,
Right.
Resident Evil when
Omar, you want to know what's crazy?
yeah,
So he sprints in cutscenes. I don't want to hear the sprinting in the game.
you
That's
don't
the
want
worst
to
part.
sprint it.
He can only sprint in cutscenes in the OG.
Why?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's what
mean,
I was hearing.
you guys have to remember, like, there are hardware
In
limitations that
cutscenes.
people had to deal with back in the
But
day. Like,
but but Jubei,
Well,
why would
I
you
think it
not
was like a
want to
design decision,
run
right?
to sprint in game? Is
I
it
Because
don't
like
a
know. I have
loading?
no
the
idea.
Spartans were like heavy, they were.
Is,
Well, I
is
mean,
it
he does run in the later cutscenes, but
is it a pricing? Is it what is it? Like, wouldn't sprinting accelerate the gameplay for you? Make
yeah.
you finish?
Well, my understanding is that like there's some areas that are like you just walking, and so they wanted to change that for the
Yeah,
update. But
and
like in the
sometimes
original,
I just want to get through that.
exactly, especially when you're going to be playing with friends online, like y'all got time to do other things. Like, go ahead, and sprint, do that, Joe. So I'm okay
Right.
with it.
Like some of those flood levels. I wish I had a sprint. Because come on.
It devalues the warthog if you can sprint. Why do I need the warthog now that I can sprint?
No, but the warthog is a lot faster still.
Yeah, I was gonna hope that it would be.
I'm just I'm throwing out the console the people that find any reason to get pissed off.
Also, people are unhappy with the fact that the warthog exists in one. I think, or something else. They are unhappy that something else exists in one. I saw either a weapon or a vehicle.
No, like so there was weapons you couldn't pick up, like the fuel rod cannon and some other stuff, but it's like you see it on the ground but you can't pick it up. Sounds like a hardware limitation to me. So that was always dumb. So the fact that we get the energy sword, you couldn't use the energy sword in campaign in Halo 1. Get that out of here.
Hey man,
is that a deal breaker for you that now you're able to use that?
Not at all, because I'd be like, hey, that's a cool sword. Can't use it.
So that okay. So that's a W for you.
What's the point of remaking a game and not making the game better?
Better? Not making it better? Do I still want to kill an enemy and watch the energy sword like in its full model just lay on the floor and I can't do anything with it?
Yes, I'm saying like people were upset about like them making enhancements to the game. Like, what's the point in remaking it if you're not going to actually make the game better? Like, if you just want to like slap a paint a cone on it and it'd be the exact same game. Like,
you know what I say to those people that are upset? Don't pick it up. Don't turn sprint on. What else do you really need to do?
This is literally Final Fantasy all over again, 7. Because of the changes, people are like, that's not my Final Fantasy. I'm like, okay, don't play it. It's that simple. It's not like this Halo is gonna replace the previous Halo and you can't play the previous Halo whatsoever. It's gonna coexist with the old Halo. You wanna pick it up? Cool. Have fun. You're gonna feel the implementation of DualSense or PlayStation, and you're gonna have experiences on PC. Otherwise, stay in your lane and be sad about it. Which is funny.
You spitting right now. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah,
everything I've heard complaints about, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of okay with it, but I can't say I'm the hardcore person.
It's the people that don't even really support this game.
Way more angry about the changes than the fact that it's heading to PlayStation, which is crazy.
Well, the thing is, like, Halo is an iconic franchise, and you can't. In today's age, it's very hard to be an iconic franchise and stay on one platform. It doesn't. It's very few and far between that are able.
You can. God of War is on one platform. Well, it's on PC, but I get your point.
Yeah. So
the only one doing it is Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo's really the only one.
And the funny thing is, they introduced Sprint for the first time in Reach, which is a prequel to the first game. So obviously, these motherfuckers could have sprinted the entire time.
But also another thing, we talk about Nintendo. A lot of their IPs are also transmedia. They've made it other places. As far as like Super Mario, they had movies back in the late 80s, early 90s. They had a Super Mario TV show. So it wasn't just always on just Nintendo. There were other places to experience their IP. Do you remember the Super Mario TV show when we were kids?
I remember this. I remember the TV show and the not so great movie.
Yeah, they used to have a TV
I remember
show.
the movie really well, but I forgot about the TV show.
Yeah, they had a little TV show. So I mean, like, it's like these IPs have extended past their platform to become as big as they are. Even from Nintendo in some capacity. The only one that probably didn't is like Zelda. Zelda's probably like the only like major IP that never went anywhere. Like, I don't remember a Legend of Zelda TV show.
Which is kind of insane because it could be a huge franchise, I think, outside of gaming. But
yeah, it could be. But it's probably like the only one I can think of. But I've seen Donkey Kong other places.
Yeah, another one.
Actually, there was an animated series for Legend of Zelda. It just wasn't very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one. I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, it was like no fighting, right? It was like a music. Was it like music related or something?
Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't very good.
That's why it's not worth me remembering. So, but even like Sonic had TV shows when I was growing up. Tons of TV shows.
Some of those were actually pretty good.
Sonic has a recent TV show, like within like the past 5 years with Sonic X.
They
Yeah,
got three.
Sonic.
They got three
Yeah,
recent
Sonic
TV
X,
shows.
yeah.
They got a Netflix show that they got the Sonic X. They got the Shadow show.
Sonic Prime, right?
Yeah, Sonic Prime. Like, yeah, they got like 3 or 4 shows that are all recent.
Yeah, like Sega been making them shows.
So I mean, like if you want your IP to truly be iconic and recognizable everywhere, it gotta kind of start putting it everywhere. And like Mario is kind of the somewhat only exception as far as he hasn't made it to other gaming platforms, but he's been around. So I mean, Halo needs to grow at this point, or it won't be an iconic franchise. It'll just be a name strongly associated to Halo. You know, it'll be a once iconic franchise if it only stays where it's at. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, look at Fallout sales just up just because of the TV show.
True.
Yeah, and and that was the other one we were going to talk about is Fallout, because we did have a Fallout Day last week also, where we got our first look at, you know, the Fallout 4 anniversary and the new update to Fallout 76. So apparently these games are being modernized for the Series X consoles and Series S and PlayStation 5, wherever these modern hardware. So I guess this was spurred by the show doing so well. They couldn't just do, you know, nothing with these franchises. And apparently they're also doing well, five wasn't in development. As of the time that the show came out, it wasn't in development. So now they're kind of behind the 8 ball as far as that's concerned. So I guess this is like kind of like the in between to kind of get by. So they started making content for 76. There's a new thing coming to that, Burning Island or something like that, I think is what it's called. And then you got this, and then they're also doing a 15th anniversary, extremely rare physical release for PC for Fallout New Vegas. Also,
That
wasn't nice.
Unheard of.
Yeah, PC does not get physical releases at all. So apparently this Fallout New Vegas 15th anniversary is getting a physical release. I don't know if it includes a disc, but it does include like some memorabilia and stuff like that. It might just be like a code of the game. I don't know the exact details. I didn't look it up. But yeah, interesting. And this Fallout 4, it does come with all the DLC associated with the game. It's the full complete game and all its DLC. And I believe this is releasing in a couple weeks. So I think like November 10th is what I remember. I watched this trailer yesterday. So it might have been November 10th or something like that. It's supposed to be. This trailer's only like 2 minutes. So I guess we'll see in a second. But yeah, how are we feeling about November 10th? How are we feeling seeing that, you know, I guess Fallout's coming back in a way, because Fallout 4 it's been like 10 years since Fallout 4 came out, and then we got this new 76 content. How are we feeling about this? I guess I'll kick it off with Juve, Captain Xbox. He hasn't let off a topic to this point yet. So what are your thoughts about Fallout Day and these announcements? Going once, going twice. Kofi.
So how do I feel about it? I'll be honest. The show seems very interesting, and the lore of Fallout I strongly appreciate. I did not enjoy Fallout 4. It's a game I actually make fun and poke at often, just because the gameplay loop is not for me. but
Okay.
I don't want to attack anybody else. But people, I think if you've listened to this podcast for a while, I've made it very clear that Fallout is not a series for me, gameplay wise. So to see some of it come back is interesting. What did New Vegas get mentioned in this?
Yeah, I
Revival?
just said.
You just
Yeah,
said
they're
New
doing a
Vegas? Sorry.
15th. They're doing a 15th anniversary for New Vegas, and
Okay,
they're
so that
actually
is cool. Well, I say that's cool because I remember how many people loved New Vegas, and it's
yeah.
just like a special title for many people who love the series. I haven't heard like as much love for 76, but I think they're doing it right and doing it justice, especially because the TV show I think was really well received. And so I definitely support all of that. The only Fallout game I think that would like get me mildly interested would be 76 if I had like a party to play with. But other than that, it's really cool and I can appreciate it for the huge fan base.
You know
The series.
the funny part you asked about New Vegas. New Vegas is apparently so popular, it's getting a physical PC release.
A physical PC release?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What in the world? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you don't really get to see that too often. So
Nope.
that doesn't happen. But I just
Crazy.
man, forgot to hit the topic update for that. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Some new, I guess, big game announcements that we've gotten the past week. The Fallout, I don't think we knew that was coming, but Halo was kind of like written on a wall that was happening. It was like the worst kept secret in the industry for like the past 2 years. But yeah, it was good to see. Let's see. It looks like we got some comments. I don't want to miss anything. And Fallout 4 is also coming to Switch 2. So I guess that's cool. It's good to see that I guess these dev kits are starting to make it out a little bit more to the Switch 2, so more games can go over there. And yeah, so I don't know. I've never played Fallout. And I've never all I've seen every time I see a Fallout advertisement, all I've seen is like these vaults, and I've never seen any of the combat or anything like that. So I've never known like what the draw is to the Fallout series. I just so I've never played it. So maybe I'll play Fallout 4 first. Maybe I'll check it out for like an hour and see if it's my flavor of game. But I'm not necessarily what is it? I'm not a big Western RPG guy. Like I play Western RPGs, but I've when it comes to RPGs, I've always done JRPGs for the most part. It's just I think I just enjoy the linear aspect a little bit more. Like open world to me it's cool. Like when JRPGs do the open world thing, it's like kind of like that linear thing a little bit more. But like I kind of felt 16 was like a little too open world, and even like Rebirth was a little bit too open world. I kind of like how like Dragon Quest and what's some recent one I played, Metaphor, is a little bit more like they give you this map, but it's a little bit more streamlined. So I don't know. I'll definitely check it out though. It drops November 10th. Hopefully I'm done Ninja Gaiden by then and I'm midway through some Outer Worlds content, and yeah. But if you guys don't have anything else, we're at the point where we're gonna roll in outros. So Kofi, man, where can people find you, and what are you going to be playing?
Guys, thanks for the warm welcome back. It is nice to be back on Vitamin G. Keep it gaming. Guys, you can catch me on X, even though I am much less frequent there recently. Creative_Kofi. What am I going to be playing? I actually got an import that's only available in Japan right now. It is called Aliana and the Elder Codex. It's like a Metroidvania type game that kind of focuses on magic. Eliana and the Elder Codex is pretty fun so far. It has a lot more like text and story than I've seen in almost any Metroidvania. So that has been quite a fun game to play. I forgot about that. I forgot to mention that in my intro. Other than that, I'm playing this game that's only on Steam. It is called Escape from Duckov, as a twist on Escape from Tarkov, and it's like the same concept of survival, kind of like roguelike survival, but it's single player and it's top down, kind of like like The Ascent, I guess, kind of is like the angle.
Yeah.
And it's a game that sold 1 million copies, and like out of nowhere. Like nobody expected this game to be like huge, but it sold like 1 million copies. And it was like, I think, I don't want to lie, but I think it was like 200,000 people concurrently playing it on Steam or something crazy. And it's just really satisfying. So I'll be diving into that a little bit, and hopefully talking to y'all soon.
All right. Omar, man, where can people find you, and what are you gonna be playing?
So first of all, this Ariana game looking really good. Apparently it's coming to the West next year, so sign me the fuck
You
up.
talking about the what game?
The Ariana, the one game that Coffee was literally just talking about,
Oh,
the Ariana Metrovania game. It's
okay.
coming to PlayStation next year
Okay.
and
I'll check
other
it out.
consoles. Yeah, looking really good. So as for me, shout out to everyone that came through. Hit that like button, share the stream out. It's good to finally be back. You can find me at Carbon Scott Job on Twitter. I invite an Other Player podcast every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. I always tweet it out. And how dare you call it X and not Twitter? Damn. Elon Musk got you, eh? But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and see you all next week.
All right.
And play your games.
Yeah, play your games. Enjoy your games.
Yep.
And you guys will be able to find me on my channel at Pharaoh Bizarre. I am getting into the rhythm of making content regularly there, and you'll be able to find me Tuesdays on Point for Gamers with C Money and Doodle on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bizarre. I want to take this time to thank you guys for coming through and getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G, and we're out. Peace.
Later.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. They got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. They go with the west and the east. They got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Vitamin J.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.